extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Stroud has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Sheds off the tackle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Here goes Stroud again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Looking to put a drive together. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Another run here with Benson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Dragon 60, 2, go!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Well, took a real chance with that one, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Gravity line.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. And I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
Panther 60. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Second and 14. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Michael Williams. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw here. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Here we go.
On the counter, it's Walker. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Stroud looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 39. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And the Seahawks first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Why Tony?
Play action. Stroud now. And this is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Stroud. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
All right.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. This is Thomas. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making it. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
2nd and 6. They run over center with Benson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he's free at the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals! Marvin Harrison Jr., 94 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Chain, 2nd and 12.
All right.
Stroud to throw it. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
All right.
Stroud out of the gun here. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10. Stroud will look to throw once more. Caught here, right side, no. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker from 17 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go.
And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Throwing now is Stroud. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
Okay. Tony.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
A give left side for Benson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Down at the 41.
From the 41, this is second and a yard.
Second and a yard.
Let's go. Check out.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 33 yards that time.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
They'll run with Benson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And we are all tied at 28. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
They'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Seattle.
Here we go.
Stroud off the play fake. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Cardinals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
Ready?
They'll go again with Benson. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Trey Benson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cards have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time the move out in front. Aubrey good with the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. extra point by Seibert up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Come on.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. He'll try and do this himself. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Arizona. 45 yards. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday night prime time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. It's their quarterback with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cardinals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Turn up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Stroud. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. They'll toss this out right to Walker. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16. And they'll be faced with a third and inches. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth. All tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as good running gets them to about the 44.
And the Cardinals first down.
Ready?
First and 10.
On first down, right back to Benson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. A give up the middle with Benson. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Wilson, 32 yards. And the Cardinals have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. They takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's Stroud. That is incomplete.
Well, we need a touchdown, and here they're saying, we're not going to get it 10 yards at a time. They felt they needed to take a shot there to at least get them across the 50, but that one falls incomplete.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Now Stroud. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But that incompletion reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Oh, you need your best play here, no doubt. 4th down and 8.
Oh, and hey, one more. 18.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. He's got his man. Complete to Smith and Jigba. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
All right.
Stroud. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Stroud to throw it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line.
And the Seahawks, 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down.
Stroud looks to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
14 more yards.
That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth. All tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he would get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 6. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
This is 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Walker. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And here come the whistles of a timeout with 7 seconds left. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
18. What's that?
Again, it's Walker. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And it's good! And on opening weekend, a field goal to win it as time expires. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Seahawks, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Project, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Ha! 1600 block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna I just wanna rock. Body yada yada. Shorty got that body yada yada. No ties, set up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my size. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up to 5. That's my heart. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up the 5.
MC, make another hit.
Whoa. This ain't what you want.
Project
This
X,
ain't what you
X,
want.
X.
This ain't what you want.